All right. It's a new day, and we are back to the Genshin Impact slideshow where I force my sister and now my friend from way long ago in the past who has decided to come over to look at Genshin Impact characters, give me their honest opinion without knowing things. I mean, you're not allowed to say anything if you actually know anything about the characters. You have to wait for the person who knows absolutely nothing about Genshin Impact characters to say stuff first. So yeah, we talked about Heizo last episode, I guess, yesterday, and now we're gonna move on to the next character.
Okay. I like the wings.
The
I
butterfly
really
wings?
like the wings, yes. And I can already tell she's the shy, nerdy researcher stereotype.
Yeah.
She's one of the Chinese people. Definitely. I think she is in charge of like the she's either a librarian or in charge of like the learning sector. She's very intelligent. I like the wings. The rest of the design is okay. I don't really like the rest of the design, so I'd say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Yep.
All right.
Her name is I don't know Chinese names. I'm not gonna lie to you, but something Chinese, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for me, she feels definitely very shy. She screams cleric to me with, like,
I could see it.
yeah, like with the vial she has in her hand and like
I
the.
didn't even notice that.
I've seen like
She's
many.
a doctor, probably.
Yeah, I've seen like many designs, like with like the emblem that she has on her outfit and some like areas on her outfit. It reminds me of like clerics, like really old dress-up doll games. And but yeah, she
Those
seems like a
dress-up doll games
very
are the best.
kind. Yeah, she seems like a very kind healer, and like, but definitely would not be. She seems like one of those characters that would be like, okay, oh great, here's a bomb, throws it, then just like covers her eyes because she doesn't want to like see all these.
That's kind of how she uses her ult. That is basically kind of her ult.
Well, I can guess.
Yeah, she's an alchemist.
Ooh.
Her name is Sucrose,
Ooh.
like sugar.
hilarious.
Scientific molecule sugar.
That's perfect.
She's very sweet. She's very shy. She's actually part of Mondstadt. So the kind of the one with the kind of German and French influences.
I can tell. Oh yeah, definitely. I can see the. I can feel like the French like radiating off her.
Yeah, and she is actually a cat girl. She has little ears,
Oh, okay.
but she's very shy and she hides the fact that she has ears. So they're
Are they
basically
down right now? Or are
yeah,
they
they're the
behind her?
little things that you see there that have the green on the tips on her hair.
Oh yeah, now I
Those
see
are
it.
actually ears, and she pretends that they're not because she's very shy.
That is so cool using like ombre coloring
Yeah.
to deceive us.
Yeah, so she's cute. I love her. Sucrose. Yeah. Next up, this guy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
He, I think he's that god you were talking about. The god of, what is it? Change. God of, yeah, it looks like he rules over, like, a volcanic land. Plus, it looks like a comet, so I'm guessing he's, like, a gravity guy, like a primordial guy. Definitely a prince of something, domain-wise. I'm gonna call him Lucius, because of his fire, sort of connotation. Yeah. And I think he's Geo, actually, not fire.
Yes, he's actually Geo.
Okay.
And you
I
are
like-
also right, he is a god.
I really like the art. I'd say 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
All right, let's see. Yeah, you definitely I love his gold and geo themes. He definitely just speaks to me I am just going to gracefully whoop your ass right now. Like
Yes.
and just he doesn't even barely raises his voice as he's fighting you. He just is he just has to have a certain flair to his
He's probably got a high-pitched husky anime voice, I'd say.
definitely.
I will destroy you.
See, he has a husky voice, but it's deeper. He's actually he has a really nice voice. Like
wow.
his voice actor is like, it's like osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Oh hell yeah!
But where are those that share the memory? It's actually really good. But then you hear that voice line like 700 times because he keeps saying that, and then you're just like, okay, I'm gonna play on mute now. But yes, this is Zhongli. He is the Archon of Inazuma, or no, Liyue, not Inazuma. He's the Archon of Liyue, and yeah, he's the Geo Archon, so the god of Geo. So he's very steadfast. He's very much unmoving and kind of like very stoic, but he also wants to quit his job. Like he thinks that people don't need him anymore and they're ready to move past him, and so he actually wants to abdicate and kind of fade away. So he fakes his own death. And
Wow. That's very angsty.
he's not angsty though. I mean, he kind of is because he went through a war and he's very tired and old. But he's not angsty about it. He's just kind of like old man who will tell you random stories and will just talk your ear off.
Is he like a creator god? Because I know those always disappear.
I don't think he's a creator god.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's definitely like an older he's like an older god, and he basically survived through the big war, the big Archon war.
Ooh.
So he actually saw a lot of his friends die. And the only person from around that time is an annoying god, which he like the joke of like, oh, osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? And then the annoying character, yeah, I do. It's like, where are those who share the memory who aren't annoying? But yeah, no, he actually pretends that he's not a god. So his god form is like a giant dragon. And his human form is basically a disguise that he wears. And he actually works for the funeral parlor under Hu Tao.
Yeah, that fits.
So yeah, he works in the funeral parlor.
Yeah.
But yes, that is his vibe. His outfit was actually made by one of his generals, and he wore it after the war to commemorate that general who fell. Sky. He is surfing. Yeah.
I like him. You showed me this guy before.
I
like
have,
him, so,
yes.
I forgot his name though. I think it's Raskolnikov. What he does, he's a hunter. He hunts like animals and shit. You already told me the lore, but like, this is like black.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's like a hunter. He had like spearfisher and shit. Yeah, Raskolnikov. He's a very chill guy, but like he just seems like distant. Like it's not dead behind the eyes because that suggests he's a psychopath, but it's more like he just does not care about like, yeah. So I like the design. I like he's surfing. Like I was surfing. 13 out of 10.
13 out of 10.
So yeah, I definitely agree with the whole like surfer vibe. Like, you know, he's chill at the same time. He like, you know, he will not hesitate to like, you know, do like, you know, the hard things in life, like killing the enemy or killing like a possible like a friend, like a friend enemy. So, but yeah, I love like, you know, water aesthetic characters.
Yeah, he's one of the Hydro characters too. Yeah,
his scarf like just screams like, you know, like anime protagonist to me.
Yes, this man has like a billion fucking names, kind of like Raskolnikov. Anybody who's read a translation of Crime and Punishment sitting here like, why is there 3 different names for the same character? But yeah, no, this is Tartaglia. His real name is Ajax. And Ajax Tartaglia, and he's also called Child. Yes.
Yeah, that fits with his like, you know, very young looking aesthetic.
Yeah, because basically he's one of the Fatui, which are a group of these villains that are trying to steal power from the gods and give it to man. And it's understandable why they want to do this, because the earth was kind of ravaged by the war between the gods. And so the Fatui are like, yeah, we don't trust the gods with this power. We think it's time for men to have this power. And so they're trying to steal the power from the gods. And he's basically just kind of like, yeah, I don't really care about the whole stealing power from the gods thing, because he fell into the abyss, which is a place of constant battle and monstrosities. And so he was fighting for years when he was like this little child. So he's been a warrior and a fighter since a child, and he has a thirst for battle. That's the only thing that he enjoys in life. So he just he constantly just wants a greater challenge. And if he's defeated, he just kind of sees it as, whoa, this is just an opportunity for me to learn and get stronger. And he sees you as like an enemy, but he does care about one thing, and that's his little brother.
Aww.
He cares about his family, despite the fact that he's just kind of a bit of just a crazy guy who just wants to kill. He's great. We love him because he's basically like that meme that's, like nihilism, like depression, like what you think it, like what nihilism, what you think it looks like. Oh, nothing matters. Blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, but nothing matters. Like he's the one on the right there. That's definitely the vibe that he gives off, because he's very charismatic and he's very friendly, but he doesn't hesitate to stab you. Yeah, I love him. He's great. He also has another form.
What?
I love that form.
And basically this is his delusion form.
Delusion.
They're like visions are basically how they get their powers, and they're based off of like the hopes and dreams that lie in their heart. And the delusions are man-made visions that will slowly eat your life force. But because he's so strong, because of all the time he spent in the abyss, his delusion, he's able to wield a really powerful delusion. And so he has this like monster. This is called Dark Legacy, and it's a boss that you can fight in the game.
Dude.
So he's a playable character, but he also is a boss. I love this form. It's cool. He's like really tall. So it's super fun. I love this design. But yeah, next up.
I like this. He's definitely a summoner. Probably part demon.
Ooh.
Yokai in particular, because of the sort of Japanese design. I could tell by the shoes. He was originally a forest spirit, but he traveled out because he has a spark of life. Kind of an asshole, but like that's just how he is. He's not trying to be like mean. He's just, well, sometimes he is. He likes provoking people, but it's like testing them. His name would be Boruto. I don't fucking know.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, Boruto. This is Boruto now.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, first thing that comes to my mind when I see him and his color aesthetic. The Monkey King from The Journey to the West.
Oh, yeah, no, I can see it.
Yeah, he seems like a trickster. But I feel that like makes the enemy underestimate him and his fighting ability.
Yeah.
So yeah, he will not hesitate to make fun of you during battle, but that will just make you very susceptible to being attacked and defeated easily.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to throw you off when he does it.
Dang.
Exactly.
Honestly, I like your guys' versions of Toma better. I like your guys' versions better. Like, he's still a cool character, but basically, this is Toma. He works as like a housekeeper for the Kamisato clan, so Ayato and Ayaka.
So he's a Bushido.
What's that?
Bushido is like what they call. Bushido is the code of the samurai. So he's like a samurai warrior protecting his family.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, he's a bodyguard.
Yes,
Cool.
yeah. He's like a housekeeper, a bodyguard, and all around kind of like does things for the Kamisato family. He's very smart. He knows how to deal with people, and he knows how to get favors, and he knows how to get things done. He's originally from Mondstadt, but he moved to Inazuma and started working for the Kamisato clan. But yeah, he is actually a Shielder Pyro character, which is pretty neat because he was the first Shielder Pyro character, I think. I might be wrong. He was the first one I got for sure. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I liked your guys' take on him. I think that would have been cool.
What the heck is that? Ew, those pants. Ew. Ew. Design. I like the design in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the character design. Actually, let me look closer.
Yeah, he's got a tail.
I don't like half the design, but I like the rest of the design. So, definitely telling from the belt. I think he is a Sumerian character. I'd say 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. All right. 6 out of 10 for this dog boy.
Yeah, I was about to say he was either a fox or a dog, and I do appreciate his earth gardener aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Does he use plants to fight?
Yes, he's a dendro character. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I feel like that he will garden in his spare time and will belt out opera to his plants as he's doing it. And maybe
Sorry, go on.
maybe while he's battling his enemies, he'll strengthen his plants by singing at even if it's super tone deaf.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love that. Yes.
Yeah, I think he's kind of not boring, but plain, kind of flat, kind of awkward. He likes plants more than people. That's my opinion from him. I'd say his name is Salos.
Ooh.
Like salad.
Salad. Yeah, this is Tiknari, and he is he works with plants, he grows plants, he heals people, and the forest rangers constantly ask him, please help us, you're really cool and powerful, and he's like, the law can't contain me. He's basically the kind of person, the IRS comes to his house and they're like, you have 10 years of unpaid back taxes, and then he says, well, you can take those from my cold dead hands. Oh.
He does not put off that vibe at all.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't think it, because he looks just so calm and gentle, and he's like that. He's like calm and gentle, but if you try to fuck with him, he's just like, no. I don't deal with any bullshit. I'm just here to grow my plants and save people's lives and make sure Kale doesn't die of her horrible disease.
Oh.
So
dark.
Yeah. He's basically Kale's kind of guardian, because he's constantly there helping her mitigate the effects of the disease. He can stop it. He can't make it go back. He can stop it. But yeah, he's fun. He's an archer. All right, here's a twofer.
Oh man,
they're both so adorable, but I don't like how revealing it is when they look really young. At the same time, so that gets a 0 out of 10. At the same time, if they was older, I'd say each one you get a 7.5 and a 7 respectively. Yeah. I think they're very proper kids. Let me check. They're very proper kids. They're nobles. So they're kind of stuck up, but in a way where it's more they're trying to be proper about it. They're they probably don't hate you because you're lowborn. They probably hate you because you're acting uncouth, basically. And they're both have high expectations on them. But I want to say they're still kids. I don't know how old they are. So I'd say that they're
that is a constant debate in the Genshin fandom.
Oh my
These
God.
characters' ages.
They look like 13-year-olds.
Yeah, they do look like kids, and that's another criticism.
But yeah, I'd say both of them they're twins and they have similar personalities, basically what I said. The one on the left will be Rose, and the one on the right, well, it's Rose is something Rose of Paris or something.
Ah.
The one on the right is I'm trying to think of a French name. God damn it. The only one I can think of is Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre. Yes, I love it. I approve. just because there's a character in the D&D campaign I'm in that's named Jean-Pierre, and we love him.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc. That's his brother. That's his brother.
Oh my god, I was kidding. His brother's like an 80-year-old Starfleet captain. Okay.
No, it's great. Like, I will tell you the lore about the Bittencourt family later on.
Okay.
But it's great. We love him. But yeah.
Alright, for me, these two, yeah, they're definitely twins. You can't deny that. They have too many, like, facial, like, symmetry. But yeah, she definitely, like, has, like, some grace to her, but at the same time, I feel like these two have no idea what they're doing. Like, they were thrust into a world that they have no idea how to navigate. But yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I call the girl Azalea, and I call the boy Henri, which is how you say Henry in French, like how you pronounce
I like that. I like that.
But yeah, I have this, like, personally, her aesthetic, Azalea, I love, like, her design. It's just so. But yeah, I have this weakness for like light blue and like high-low dresses.
Yeah, like if you could choose just to play one of these characters, which one would you choose?
Oh, the girl, totally.
The girl. I love her. She's
I also
very
chose
pretty.
her. I liked her design and the little flowers.
Hold on. Before I say anything else, I think before like we go on, I think they're very tactical, but like the girl's more in the social way and the guy's more in the warfare way. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, these are Lumine and Aether. They are the main characters of Genshin Impact, so basically the player character. Because of that, they're a little bland. But they were thrust into a world that they know nothing about because they're the travelers. They come from another world, another star, and they get transported to this world.
Aliens?
Yes, they're aliens.
Oh
they're aliens.
my god.
They just got isekai.
Yeah, they're aliens. They got isekai.
Oh, so stupid.
Yeah, and basically whatever one you pick, you're looking for your sibling who got separated from you like 500 years in the past.
What? Okay, first it was like alien abduction is sort of in a way. Now it's time travel. When will it end?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Basically, the one you don't choose was there for the war with the gods.
Whoa.
And because of that, is on the side of the villains.
Oh, plot twist.
Okay, in that case, I changed my mind. I choose the boy to play because he seems more like the protagonist. And the girl like gives me vibes of like either damsel in distress or like a mini boss that like the henchman that becomes your friend.
I see that. I can see that.
I support that.
Like, I kind of agree with you. Like, I do like that I chose Lumine because I like seeing her in the cutscenes and stuff. Like, she's very cute.
Yeah.
But I think that lore-wise, a lot of people agree with me because a lot of people choose Aether and then draw, like, dark Lumine, like, evil Lumine, because she just has this cool vibe when it's, like, the really sweet, bright-looking one is also kind of evil.
Yeah.
Particularly because the flowers are actually significant to the plot because those are flowers that were found in Conrea, which is the city that was destroyed during the war, I think. So those are Conrea flowers.
Ooh.
So,
where are the flowers?
they're in her hair.
They're in
Her hair, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually one of the reasons I chose her because I just liked the flowers. But yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting thing. I'm like, yeah, can I just play Lumine, but like dark Lumine? I want to play dark Lumine.
Oh, I like this guy. I
Oh,
really
you like him.
He gives me the pan trickster vibe. Definitely, like, look at his stupid fucking stockings. Yeah. I don't like the fact that he kind of looks like a little boy, but yeah,
I agree with that.
I would say I do still very like his design. So I'd say another 8 out of 10 or 7.5. Yeah, I like it. I don't like the braids though. I should say.
You just cut the braids off?
Yeah, I just cut the braids. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
gonna look so weird when his hair is down.
Oh my god, really?
Because it's all just shaved in the back.
Yeah, like just imagine how it looks.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
Okay. I think he's he's the trickster, but he's not kind of like the quippy asshole trickster. He's just like, haha, everything's a game. It's so fun. That kind of thing. He's a bard. He travels around and he sings bard songs. And he like is in the woods. So, like,
on the nose of that, you literally meet him singing a song to a dragon in the woods.
Yeah, it's fearless like that. I can tell, like fearless in a boyish way. That's it. And his name is probably something based off of Pan, like Pan Am, Panry or something.
Panry.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, I love his loot. I do love his design, but I do not like the fact that he looks incredibly young.
Yeah.
He has way too much of like this like young feminine charm to him that is not working at all. Like I feel like what they were going for, but it didn't work.
Yeah, like I agree with that. I've seen people draw designs of him like an actual adult, and I'm like, I like these. But yeah, this is Venti.
Giving him a more Robin Hood aesthetic.
Yeah, a more Robin Hood.
Taking away the weird shorts, just giving him the like ugly stockings.
Yeah, because like there's actually a reason he looks like a kid, and he's actually a god. His name is
actually
he's one of the oldest gods.
Of course he is.
But okay, like the reason that he looks like a child is because there was this bard that basically the Mondstadt used to be under the rule of a god that was very oppressive, and this kid stood up against this god and was killed in attempting to kind of like help overthrow them.
It was like a martyr.
Yes. Ooh. And Venti, who at that time was Barbatos. God, I can't say anything. Basically took over the mantle of the wind god after the battle, but the kid had fallen, and this kid had been like Venti's friend and taught him music and the desire of freedom and all these other things. And so in order to kind of like have the kid live on forever, when he takes a human guise, he basically takes on the guise of the kid. Which is an explanation, not a justification, but, But yeah, no, he is a bard. He goes around, just kind of does stuff, sings songs, is a general, like, everyone thinks he's kind of annoying because he just goes around and doesn't really contribute to society. But he does contribute good music, so he's also a drunkard. If anyone gets him anywhere near alcohol, he is a menace.
He's a bit of a party boy.
Yes. He is very, like, you kind of, like, refer to him as kind of like a Pan-like character, and yeah, he's very much kind of like that. He's also, I think, deathly allergic to cats. But he went into a bar that had cats in it because it had free alcohol. That's kind of his personality. He's very much come on, I'm just gonna do it. Let's go.
Hold on, I'm gonna get some Ooh! Okay, that's an automatic 10. I like his hat. He probably throws his hat at people. He is a very competitive guy. He's like, I get what I want. I always win. He is unchallenged. He is a top ninja kind of guy. He's a top fighter, and he's definitely going to keep that position. And why does he have the Infinity Stones around him? I'm trying to figure that out. I think he's definitely space-based.
He definitely tried to collect the Infinity Stones at one point, I will tell you that.
Oh, he's more of a villain, I'm guessing? Yeah.
He's a villain turned good.
Okay. So I think he's kind of like, yeah, he's still got the power hungry, like, I always win. You fucking loser. Just beats the fuck out of them, and everyone else is like, what the hell? Can you stop? It's not cool. Yeah, I think his name would be something like Archerus. Or Arcros, or Ursa.
Well, you're right.
I am?
Well, you can actually name him. So any name you give him is correct.
That's so cool. So he's kind of like, maybe he's like sort of got a creation-like power.
So yeah, like, basically, he actually has a name. It's Scaramouche. But that was when Scaramouche, can you do the fandango?
Copyright. The copyright. Anyway.
But he has that name when he's a villain, but then he decides to get rid of it, and you can name him whatever you want.
Cool.
But he's just called the Wanderer if you don't name him anything. But yeah, no, like, whatever name you think fits him, you can give him that name.
Very cool.
And if you name him because you can name Lumine and Aether, you can give them new names. And if you name him whatever you name them, he actually has a special line for that, like saying, "Oh, you want me to have the same name as you?" That's an honor, you know?
Yeah.
Because he respects you after you beat his ass a couple of times. But yeah. What do you think? What do you think about him?
I mean, honestly, space aesthetic is my shit. So I love his design. But yeah, he definitely seems like the kind of like cocky character that will actually enjoy being the enemy.
Oh, that's for sure.
I'd say still would be like a good friend though. She'd be like the kind of one that's like, damn, that sucked. But you did pretty good on this though. I gotta respect that.
Like bare minimum.
Yeah. He kind of nags you to like make you like get stronger. Yeah. But he isn't doing it out of like malice. He's doing it out of like love.
Yeah.
Like he's trying. He's trying.
He's trying. He's a fucking asshole, but he's trying. Yeah. That's all I gotta say about him.
Yeah. So this is Scaramouche, the Wanderer, aka a lot of people call him Baby Girl.
He's like a wandering star thing.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, he's a comet.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Animo, which is very interesting because he was actually created by Ball as to be her first attempt at making a puppet, but she actually created a being who had sentience. And so he's actually started as a puppet, and because of that, he always had this kind of dislike of people because
he's a fucked up Pinocchio.
Yeah, he's basically like Pinocchio or like Frankenstein, where it's like he was a creation who was kind of like disowned by his creator and also by people, and so because of that, he became a villain. And then he tried to basically be like, I will be the next the next all-powerful god. And so he attempted to collect a bunch of the I was tracking you again. But yeah, he was attempting to collect a bunch of power from the different gods. So you actually fight him in like a mecha boss fight where he's in a mecha essentially that's supposed to be his god form. But yeah, no, after you defeat him, he actually becomes Animo, which is the element of freedom, because he's basically been freed from his past and from the idea of being a puppet. He becomes a real boy. Like he has another version of his art where he has little puppet like this version. If you actually look at kind of like his joints under his hands, he actually has like puppet joints.
I love him.
But he kind of becomes a real boy and loses the puppet joints. But yeah, he basically flies. You actually fly when you play him. He has like a meter that you like can like eventually like being in the air kind of like gets rid of.
Yeah. And
you basically you do more damage when you're in the air and above enemies.
I like aerial fighters. It sounds fun.
Yeah, he actually has a really fun play style. His ult is he just makes a black hole and then he kicks it at you. Yeah, he's definitely pretty cocky. He looks down on people. Yeah, I personally am not the biggest fan of his personality, but yeah, he has his fans, and I can understand why. This is his outfit from when he was still going by Scaramouche, and it's very influenced by Inazuma fashion and Ball and stuff that she would wear.
He's got that Bayonetta thingy on him.
Yeah, honestly. All right, so that's Scaramouche. Scaramouche can do the fandango.
That's so stupid. Wait, can you scoot to the right a bit?
Yeah.
I don't like how cutesy this is, but this is the most like Chinese stereotype character in the face of like everything.
Yeah.
I don't like how cutesy she is. It feels try hard. The design's pretty cool. I'd say 6 out of 10, 6 point, no, just say a solid 6 on this one.
Okay.
I think she is a traveler and a bard. Because she, like, Rebecca said, she reminds me of the Monkey King. She's a bear, it looks like. And not like a panda bear, just a bear. Yeah, that's about it. She's very hyper and bubbly and optimistic. She's very sweet. And I feel like the fan would be like, oh, no, protect her. And yeah, okay, there, that's it.
Okay, I do like how like the braids on her head do look like panda ears, but she definitely is like way too cutesy for my blood, and that's saying something. Like,
yeah, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really appreciate like how like she like gives like the illusion of stockings, but then like you look really hard and she's like, no, wait, no, that she doesn't have stockings.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I hate
didn't
that.
notice that.
I hate that. So like she's coming across as like like the really like bubbly, bouncy like a character that doesn't really mind getting hurt. Also like the way that she also comes off to me, like this might just be me, but she actually comes off as kind of like someone who like would like to stuff your face with food. That kind of thing.
Oh,
Because
see it.
also I'm just now noticing, like after I say that, because this is super unrelated, she's actually her bear form is carrying a pepper.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I do like her like Tanuki bear form thing, whatever's on the right. If you can turn into that.
Does she have a tail too?
She doesn't. That is not a form. That is actually her little friend.
Oh.
He's a little guy that she kind of carries around.
Okay.
I remember his name is Guoba. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I cannot remember her name right now. It just is blanking.
Wait. I think she's an animal trainer in the circus.
No, see, the statement of somebody who wants to stuff your face full of food is actually more correct because she's a chef. She's a traveling chef. She goes around collecting rare ingredients.
Oh wow, it's like half my characters.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Like, she's an anime girlified version of half of your characters.
It's amazing.
Yeah, she is a bit annoying. And she's a character you get pretty early on. She's like a decent DPS, but not amazing. But yeah, she's very bubbly, very eccentric, very much just a chef who wants to shove your face full of food made from really exotic things.
So then they'll like melt your tongue off.
Yeah, basically.
Rainbow penis from Africa. Wow, look at this Poseidon looking motherfucker. That's another 10 out of 10 from me.
Ooh.
I like him. He seems like a serpent. He's probably based off of like, he's probably like a Jormungandr motherfucker. He's just like he's a snake sea serpent. He probably has like his human form's fake and he's actually a serpent, or he communicates with serpent like an Aquaman kind of guy. No, like the deep. Okay, I'm done. But like, yeah. I like it. I really like this design. I don't know. I think this guy is a very serious, no nonsense guy. He doesn't really insult you unless he's insulted back. Not a man of few words, but more like a man of chosen words. And he's probably some kind of legacy or some kind of wait, I think he's a bandit actually.
Oh.
He may be like a bandit or like a guardian of fishermen. And yeah. Okay. I think his name would be Hydros.
Hydros.
Yes.
Like his kind of aesthetic with all like the like ghostly fire and the like kitsune mask that he has, kitsune mask. He reminds me of Kiriko from Overwatch. Like that aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic, the color scheme. But I don't really think he would have the same ability. But I do like the tattoo on his arm. Like I know that I'm just like seeing it from afar, but it kind of like looks like Celtic, like in a way, like inspired, like sea serpents, like legends from like that culture and that tradition. So that's just my opinion. He does look cool. So I do agree that he would be man of chosen words.
I like how you can pronounce Celtic right. Like someone here
Oh god, like, do people actually, what did I say instead?
Celtic. No, because like the Irish guys in my Discord shoot me out for it.
I'll say it right from now on because it's a really cool mythology. I just mispronounce everything and I feel so bad. Like
Conan was the first Conan.
I'm so upset that I've been mispronouncing his name for so long because he's cool. Like I've actually read his real lore, but anyway, I'm definitely
Have you
not
read
at all.
Slanya?
No.
Oh, you mean
No.
I haven't done it though. anyway.
But yeah. So this is Zhao. He is from Liyue, and he is he's one of the Yaksha, which
Is he a pirate?
he's not a pirate.
Okay.
No, sadly. He is basically one of the Yaksha, who are these warriors that are bound to karmic fate, essentially. So they channel demonic powers in order to punish evildoers.
Okay.
So his mask there is his demonic mask that if he wears it, it hurts him and drives him to insanity. But he also is able to use
edgy.
strong... Yeah, he's very edgy. he's like... Again, he is a man of few words, but he's also like, oh man, I'm stuck to my fate, yada yada, blah 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 blah.
Protect the weak by hurting myself.
Yeah, and like all his friends are dead, because they all died one by one during like different wars or or being driven to insanity by their own karma. So he's the last one left. And
Does he have a missing arm like Link style, or is it like corrupted?
no, he doesn't have a corrupted arm. It's just his armor on it.
Okay.
That would be cool.
That would be rad.
Yeah, but yeah, no, he's gone through a lot. He's used to war, and then people show him kindness, and he's like, "What the fuck is this? This feels weird. People are treating me as like a human," because he's also a Yaksha, and they're not human. Because they, are these terrifying beings that channel demonic energy, and they have really long lifespans. So it's like he fought in the Archon War under Zhongli, who he has a lot of loyalty to because Zhongli actually rescued him when he was very young, and he was being trained by an abusive mentor essentially, who trained him super hard, and it's why he's so short. Because he was malnourished when he was young. Yeah, he's kind of got it going on. But yeah, no, he's actually a very interesting character, and his arc's kind of been about him learning to accept people in his life.
Yeah, learning to be like normal kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there isn't a need for him to be a warrior. He's a warrior who is living in a world where he is not needed.
Oh, so it's kind of like a Witcher thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's very much like a Witcher. That's kind of the vibe that I would have. Like a Witcher, I don't know if any of you guys have seen Claymore, but kind of like the Claymores in Claymore, where it's like they're kind of looked down on by society because they're monstrous, but they're needed in order to help save people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that same vibe going on here. Yeah, that's kind of what Zhao has going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
What? Okay.
Rockstar.
Cool.
Most obvious rockstar on the face of the planet. She's very much like, you wanna fight, bitch? You wanna fight? And then she's like very competitive. Kinda, yeah, very competitive. She looks down on people because she thinks they're weak. I like, I like her design, honestly.
Yeah.
I like the
I love the axe that she has there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny though.
Yeah.
Because that's what you call a guitar?
Not in Japan. She has tan skin, so she's probably like an islander. Like, I know Okinawans always have like tan skin. Mm-hmm. Or she's black. I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it depends on who's interpreting the character just from like a perspective. A lot of the fandom likes to interpret her as black, but I also think that she's supposed to be, but she's actually dubbed in the English version with a kind of Western Texas accent. So she's generally supposed to be kind of like from a more rural region.
Okay.
And so that's,
Yeah.
I think, like, you know, she's supposed to be seen as like a rural character to the Chinese, Japanese audience. But to a more of an American Western audience, they generally tend to see her as black.
Oh, okay. So it's just like the interpretation of culture and stuff.
Yes, yes.
I like her either way. She's really cool.
Yeah, I love her design. I really do.
That's another design. From the art alone, it's 10 out of 10. But from the design, I'd say it's kind of generic. Hold on, let me take a closer look. Oh, never mind. I love it. Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. And I'd call her probably Pyra.
Pyra.
Yeah, I love all the spikes on her. Like, you know, just very, like, you know, punk rock, like, very Kiss inspired. Like, you know, first thing comes to mind, but without all the makeup, so that's what makes it cool. Yeah, like, she's not afraid to, like, basically beat your ass with her axe. I mean,
Yes.
her guitar axe.
Her guitar axe. She's a great sword user. So she's like what the axe is
She
in.
literally uses it as an axe.
Yes.
So stupid. I hope, like, when I download this game, I draw her, like, instantly. She's so cool.
Yeah, she
I don't
is
care
pretty
her
cool.
play style.
And here's a cool thing. During some of the events, she's a free character. Like, you basically just have to do the event, and you can choose a specific leeway character.
Okay.
And so she's one of the options for a character you can choose. But that's only during Lantern Rite, which I don't remember exactly when that is right now. But yeah, this is Xinyan. She is freaking cool. She is a rock star. You know, as I said, she's kind of supposed to be from a rural kind of community. But she's really, you know, peppy, cool, fun. Honestly, just an all-around just cool character.
Yeah.
Don't really have too much to say about her because it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on.
What is that on her, like, you know, on her back? Like, that, like...
It's a drum.
Oh,
It's a drum.
It's a drum. Yeah, she's got a drum on her back.
cool.
That's really cool.
I love the spikes on the drum.
I would like a grenadier character, too.
She's a shielder. So she's a tank. She's a tank.
Ooh,
She actually creates a shield with her axe, like similar to Beidou.
And I bet, like, it burns people if they get close to her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like she's a better version of Dea. Who's a 5-star.
I forgot who that bitch was. I'm not gonna...
She was the girl who was a cat girl, but not a cat girl.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because this girl is a 4-star, so you can get her a lot easier. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really play either of them, so I might be entirely wrong. Everything I might say is entirely wrong because, yeah, but whatever.
Hey, now you're a 4.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. She's a kitsune.
Yes, she's a
Yes.
kitsune.
She is. I mean, kitsune is a trickster seductor, so I'm gonna say that's her sort of personality. She's kind of like very sweet talking, charming, but she's also like, no one can escape my grasp. And I turn on YouTube and I see her in an ad, and she says exactly that. I like her design, but it also feels kind of generic. I really like the background though. I'd say 6.5,
Okay.
maybe 7.
Okay, remember how I said, like, how I mentioned that one guy with, like, Perico from Overwatch with his aesthetic? I take it back. This girl is totally that, like, you know, completely just purple. But, like, literally her character. She's teasing. She'll be, like, a succubus, like, you know, as most characters probably, and that's how she comes off, but she's actually really nice. But yeah, I love her colors. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, she's a very pretty character.
Hold on, let me choose her name first.
Yes.
Probably, something like Miracle. I don't know Japanese. Something like that.
Yeah, this is Yae Miko. Or Yae Miko. But yeah, no, she is a kitsune. She's actually the head shrine maiden of the Raiden Shogun and the Raiden Shogun's familiar. So she's basically kind of served alongside the goddess, or the Archon, for many years, and she's also kind of playing both sides in that she wants like the shogun to continue being the shogun, but she also sees that what the shogun is doing is destructive and wants her to stop her quest for like eternity in the way that she's doing it now. Like basically Yae is basically saying, hey, things change, like buck up and leave your little demi-plane. She is very much a trickster. She actually owns a publishing house where she publishes like books and like manga and stuff.
Oh my god.
And she is very much just kind of like, she's terrifying and domineering, but in like a playful way. So it's like she'll say something and she'll like chuckle, but then it's like the vibe of like, I'm going to rip your heart out, teehee.
She's like, why are you looking like that?
It's just a joke. I'm not actually going to do it, silly. And then they're like, I don't know.
I can't tell. Jesus Christ, this bitch is crazy.
Like, she loves teasing people like that. All of her employees are terrified of her. Goru, the puppy boy, is terrified of her.
I feel like, bro, I feel like someone would break up with her and she'd be like, I would key your car, or the next message, and they'd be like, what? She'd never respond and she'd never actually key their car.
That's her. That is very much her. That is her. She's like, expect a little surprise tomorrow, smiley face emoji.
No, it just reminds me of that old meme where it's all like, hey, I left the oven on, all you have to do is turn it on, I got something cooking for you.
Yeah, she's terrifying. It's like, what the fuck? I need to get home right now. I need to tell my boss I gotta leave. Yeah, she's a fun character.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't played Overwatch. I mean, I played Kiriko like once, but I didn't really play a lot of Overwatch 2. She kind of has some Symmetra vibes too, because she sets up turrets, and she's very much about like controlling the battlefield, and also she kind of has a little bit of a Dami Mommy vibe, but in a cool way.
Man.
Like, you have Lisa, who's supposed to be like the Dami Mommy, and then you have like Yae Miko, who's like the real Electro Dami Mommy.
Oh, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Symmetra can use like infinite turrets now.
Really? Damn.
Right? Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's been a while, and they changed Symmetra up so many times. I love playing Symmetra. Yeah.
So many times to probably have more heroes, and it's like, oh shit, we have to balance this.
My friends were telling. I have not actually pulled for Yae Miko. But my friends keep telling me, oh, you should pull for her. I know how much you play. You used to play Symmetra, and I'm like, okay, but I could play Arataki Ito.
Yeah.
I could play Arataki Ito instead. Yeah.
Imagine my shit. Oh, I like this one. Why is she shitting out a robot?
She's summoning a hammer.
Like Santa's elf.
She's Santa's elf.
She's a lawmaker. I mean, because like, you know, you got the theme of like, oh yes, you could play all these leaders in like Yanwei or whatever the fuck it's called. Wow. She's definitely
that was very close to her name. Her name is Yanfei.
Okay. Okay. Lucky guess. Oh, okay. Cause like there's always. No, actually. Yeah, no, there's always one of them. There's always one of them in, like, games like this, where it's, like, the hopping zombies, the hopping Chinese zombies. She might be that, because of the thingy on her hat, but I don't think so, even though the costume looks similar. Well, that looks like the dragon things. I know nothing about Chinese lore, so I'm just bullshitting. That looks like the sort of guardian dragons that come to life. I'd say, yeah, she's a lawmaker. Because look at that scale. That's all I have to say. Yeah, she's like a sort of lawyer type person. She's the type who's like polite, very, very, not traditional, just follows like etiquette. But then it's like kind of girl bossy, but more like, if you say something mean to her, she'll say something like mean back, like that kind of thing. She'll be like, oh yeah, it's just funny because the boss already knows about this. And Well, he almost does have the slip ready, and then like the other guy's like, oh shit, like she always just plays that 5D chess shit. But otherwise she's like very confident and she like tries the best, but has her self-interest in mind. I'd say her, yeah, no, you already said her name. Design wise, that is a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay, for me, it's like if Chinese New Year, like clashed with, like American Christmas. Like,
Oh, I could see that.
like elf. Well, like the design, like is like Chinese New Year, but then like with all the fluff and all the colors, like reminds me
Yeah.
of Christmas.
Is she another elf?
She's not
Is
an
she a
elf.
fox?
She's not a fox.
And
Okay.
then like behind her, I also say Chinese New Year because it looks like she has like a rabbit behind her, which is one of the animals of the Chinese New Year.
Oh, like a deer.
So, yeah, like-
jackalope.
Yeah, like I was thinking, if it wasn't gonna be a rabbit, I was gonna guess a jackalope or deer, like which like solidifies Christmas or reindeer, which is why I love like her design and like the lantern or like like fire like thing she's holding also reminds me of Chinese New Year. So I do love her design and like that's about it. I'm just like gushing about her design really.
She's really cute. Yeah. So Yan Fei is a lawmaker. She is also a like half spirit essentially. She is half dragon spirit,
Oh,
which is why she has those little horns that are kind of coming out on her
I
hair.
never even noticed that.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
got little horns, and she actually you can't really see it very well on this, but you can. Oh yeah, she's kind of got like a scales on her skin as well.
what?
It's a lot easier to see on the in-game model than on the art, but she has like these little scales on her.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, she is very much a lawmaker, very much like kind of friendly, but like she will grill you Ace Attorney style if she's here to mess you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you were kind of on point when it came to description. That's basically kind of everything that you kind of got from her design is kind of her personality.
And I should have guessed, like, what she was holding, like, reminded me of, like, like a justice, like,
A scale. Yeah.
justice scale. Darn it, I should have said that. I was thinking, but then, like, I got so caught up in the whole,
The
like,
Christmas elf vibe.
yeah, and Chinese New Year, like, that's all I was thinking. Also, like, if I may, like that whole, like, thing that she's holding, like, just reminds me of Mulan, like, Mushu's.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and also she summons like these anvils from the sky and just drops them on people's heads.
like Looney Tunes style.
Yeah, basically.
Oh,
She's a really strong DPS. Like she's a really powerful 4-star DPS pyro character. There is a specific flower that is an ice flower, and if you have this character, you can just tear it in a new one. It's great.
Ooh. Whoa.
Ooh. Okay, you were talking about Symmetra. That's Symmetra. I like the design. It's a 9 out of 10. Maybe 9.5. Actually, maybe 10. Sorry. Oh, she's a cold conniving bitch, I can already tell. Probably part of like some crime syndicate. I think she started out really poor. She didn't come from money, and now she is money. And she worked her way up, so she's very serious and sort of like she doesn't trust people, but she wants to. But she's like too jaded in a way. And I think she harnesses the power of ice because of crystals, and she really likes manipulating it. Not in like I don't mean that as in like, oh, manipulation, but like,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
building it. She loves that. That's her sort of hobby, sort of defense thingy. I think she's a tank too, like, cause tanks always have that sort of thingy around them. So I think she's a tank. I don't know. Anyway, that's all. That's
Okay.
all I gotta say. Yeah,
Okay.
her name is probably Sumiko or something like that. Actually, no, it's probably like Spectra,
Spectra.
Celestia.
Celestia.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
But yeah, I love her winter ice aesthetic going on with like the fur coat she has.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she seems like that if like one of those like really fancy like people like like really fancy like person like in Iceland like crossed with like Coco Chanel.
Oh.
Like just like a whip your ass and like impale you with ice. That's like the vibe I'm getting from her.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Yelan. She's definitely a very kind of like, if you like Symmetra for her vibes, you're gonna like Yelan. She's actually a Hydro character. She does look very icy, but that's because she actually uses gambling dice essentially as part of her character. Like, so this is supposed to kind of be the dice that she's
Definitely
rolling.
seems like the dangerous type.
Yes, she is actually basically a secret agent. She
Oh my god, yeah. Fed.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely getting like like secret agent vibe.
So yeah, she's basically kind of like the James Bond type, shaken, not stirred, goes around kind of like
Yeah, charismatic, like unflappable sort of character.
and she's very much, she has this lifeline, which is the thing that she's kind of manipulating there. It's a line of like life energy, which she uses to entrap and kind of like bring her enemies into her trap. So she actually, she's an off-field DPS.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, she links the enemies she goes through this like mode where she links enemies together if you run past them, and then you go out on the mode and it does big damage to them, and then they're linked together so they get dragged together, so you can like use her ult on them, which does extra damage. So basically it's a lot of off-field DPS stuff.
Yeah.
And she's really cool. She actually stole that jacket from a Fatui agent. So one of the people who kind of live in Sheshnaya, she stole the jacket from them during a job.
Sheshnaya, my bad.
Sheshnaya.
I get grilled in Discord for that too, but the guys in there isn't there anymore. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Something about it's kind of like the sort of sneaky spider stereotype.
Yeah, she's a sneaky spider type character.
That's cool.
Whoa!
Oh, she looks like a flower. She's so pretty.
Yeah.
She's a wait. I was gonna say she's a hoe, but then I looked closer. Huh. I don't know what her personality would be like. Probably like I want to say manic pixie dream girl, but that doesn't describe it properly. It's a sort of like she's graceful and she has really like graceful responses. And sometimes they're sarcastic, sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're passive aggressive, but she's very graceful. And she usually like reacts and doesn't actually she's an archer, so maybe she shoots first. She doesn't like she reacts in conversation instead of initiating, but she likes to strike first when it comes to combat. What she is, she's some kind of warrior for the Japanese sort of like nation. And she is probably a defender of the village, or a defender of some kind of godly force.
I see.
And I can tell, like, the flowers remind me of, like, the Dead Nation, kind of. So maybe she draws her power from there.
Okay, yeah. Conria.
Definitely, like, a light character. Wait, there's no light character.
There's no light character. I will tell you, she's Pyro.
Pyro, okay. So it's kind of like melted gold, almost. I'd say her name is, like, probably, Pyrea or something like that. Something... Oh, I noticed too. Oh, maybe it's life and death. She got the life and death thing, because look at the flower. I know that's like a Buddhist thing, like death.
Oh, wow.
But then the life looks, the other flowers are very, like, pretty and kind of, birth and shit like that. Okay, that's about it.
Yeah, she does have, like, a flower tattoo.
Oh, really?
On her arm,
Let me
yeah.
see. Oh, I just noticed that. Okay, well, that's what I have to say about that one. Design is, 8 out of 10. Maybe even 8.5.
She initially she reminds me of like a Cat of Nine Tails like aesthetic. With all the colors, the bow on her back, their like little ponytail going on, like that looks like ears. But yeah, I adore Archer characters to the max. So I just love like her weapon. I love her design. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, she's actually a fireworks salesman. Those are little fireworks in the background, not flowers.
Oh wow. Oh, sorry. I got your sword.
You got my sword there. But yeah, no, these she's actually is a defender of her village. She is in Inazuma, and she's basically kind of a fireworks salesman whose her goal in life is to make people happy, is to bring happiness back to her community and to people through fireworks. She's very bubbly, very friendly, and she actually is kind of helping. She likes helping out. She watches over a lot of the kids in the village. She plays with them and makes sure that they're safe. Yeah. And she helps out with anyone who needs to sneak in and out of the village. She hides them and stuff, and kind of like helps behind the scenes with the rebellion.
I'd very much like to see her ult because I know it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, already. she does lots of fireworks.
Fireworks at you?
Yes, actually. Yeah, she shoots fireworks at you. And her other skill, her elemental skill, she actually infuses her regular attacks with pyro. So you're basically shooting fireworks at people.
That's great.
Yeah, so she's one of the highest fire rate archer characters.
I love fireworks and explosions, so if I ever play her, I hope I draw her.
Yeah, Yaomiya is her name. But yeah, she's really cool and pretty popular.
Whoa!
Oh, wow. The background's kind of actually no, it's got its own thing. Background looks kind of not boring, but like unfinished again. But I like what they're going for. I really like the color scheme and the design. She is let me see.
Fun fact, she actually has 2 voice actresses in each one of her languages that she's dubbed in.
Really?
Oh.
Yes.
So, let's see. I'm trying to see those heart things. Okay, so you say she's got other things, so she's probably a demon or a person that's like gets possessed by a demon, sort of switches it up. She gives me the vibe of being like the sort of mean girl, but like the sort of insecure stereotype. I think she's like she's a maid. Like, she's a family maid, she's a noble maid, but she wants to be better. But no one will let her, like, be, like, better. When I say better, I mean, like, fighter. Or, like, head of the house or something. She's probably got some jealousy, for her parents or siblings for being, like sort of, what's the word? Sort of underestimated. And, I think she learned the spear all by herself. Just from mopping. Ironically enough. And yeah, that's about it. She tries to look as regal as she can. Yeah. She's kind of a bitch, but at the same time, she's kind of the tsundere bitch.
I see.
Like the mean girl. She's like, she insults you really harshly. She's like, oh shit, no, don't go away. Like, that kind of thing. I think her name is probably, like, another, is that Chinese or Japanese? I can't tell.
Chinese.
Chinese, okay. She reminds me of Toph with the hair thing. Like her hair. I'm gonna call her Toph then.
Well, I mean, she is Geo.
Yeah. Man, here I was about to say that she's some kind of cat.
Oh, she's dust! No, she is. She definitely does use a mop. Because, like, she does. Yeah.
I was definitely gonna say that, like, that she comes up as, like, some kind of captain. Like, I was actually gonna say Sky Captain, but if she's a Geo, then she has to be, like, on the ground. But yeah, I do like her design, how she has, like, all the cotton balls, like, on her, all the frills and all, like, the tassels. Like, she reminds me of, oh man, for anyone who actually does, like, do, like, really in-deep, anime research, like, Mami Tomoe's witch form, like the doily, like hat that she has, like all the like bonnet, like her like Mami Tomoe's witch form. I forget her name because they
it starts with a C.
Yeah, I know. It's like something like Cordelia or something like that.
Yeah, no, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, I do like her design, like all like how frilly she looks, but will like very easily fuck you up.
But yeah, this is she's actually a Chinese opera singer, which is why she has 2 voice actresses. She has an actual opera singer who dubs her opera voice.
Wow, I would have never expected that.
Yeah. So her outfit is actually based off of it's a stylized version of traditional Chinese opera. Yeah, she's very stoic, very like gentle, and very big on just keeping stories alive through opera.
I love her. She's like a bard then.
Yeah.
Like classic Scal, like.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
she's an opera singer. How does she use Geo?
Basically she uses Geo to kind of like summon these kind of flags that actually she's a support character.
Oh.
So yeah, the flags that she summons are actually like summoned through the power of Geo, and they basically boost damage, and she's also a storyteller. Yeah, she buffs.
Gotcha.
And since she is a storyteller, she's actually telling kind of stories about kind of like she's a Liyue storyteller, and so the Liyue Archon is the Geo Archon. So I think that's where she got the Geo vision from, essentially.
Does she also use blind? Because that reminds me of Dust. I think she uses blind.
I don't think any of the characters apply blind, sadly.
Whoa.
Bro. This looks like a fake character.
This looks like a fake
Yeah, my
character.
nah. Like, my buddies in the Discord were posting fake kids, just like fucking roasting them. Like, it's horrible. Miku calling like a fucking femboy. It's like, let's see. Oh, he's the, you know how I described her? It's like, oh, he's the manipulative dude who's super poor, but then he made his way up in a gang, and he's an asshole, manipulative asshole, tries to steal. Yeah, no, that's him. That's him. His eye spikes, and it's telekinesis, and yeah, he can form ice spikes from the air, but since it's from the air, it's kind of like it's not really that strong. It's kind of weak. Or maybe he has like some kind of, I don't see a flask on him, but maybe he has a flask. I'd say
he probably has a flask. This man would drink.
Okay. I'd say his name would be Byron. And actually I have a second idea, and that is he's a sky pilot.
Ooh.
And because look at his gloves. He may be a sky pilot. And I think he's a hint at the that British place that's gonna be all steampunk.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are my 2 guesses basically. And it's like the cold's kind of like, you're really cold up in the air. Yeah. I think it's like either and for the sort of like pilot take, I think he's like very daring. And he's like, come on, let's do this and shit like that. Yeah.
All right.
Or maybe he's a rich I can't place this dude. Maybe he's a rich noble from like the fucking Russia place.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's it. His name's Byron. I like the design. I'd say a 7 out of 10. 7.5 actually. There we go.
Okay, his design, at first blush, reminds me of like the She-Ra reboot on Netflix, like a Seahawk. Oh, like he has a very blush voice attitude, and now he's just trying to be all cool with an iPad that he probably doesn't even need. But yeah, he definitely screams like some kind of captain to me, whether it's sea or sky.
Yeah.
Yes, I will tell you that iPad. It's very funny, because this is Kaeya. He is the cavalry captain of the Mondstadt Guard.
Ooh.
he is also the adopted brother of Diluc, the Batman character.
Whoa.
And they kind of have a rivalry. They actually both got their visions when they were fighting each other, which is why one has fire and the other has ice.
Dynamic.
And like he's the kind of guy who's very like friendly, very charismatic, very like seems like he doesn't take things seriously, but he's actually just trying to hide the fact that he doesn't want to tell you anything about himself. Like this is a man who is just incredibly like, he's got a ton of baggage, but he's just gonna smile and pretend it's not there and just flirt with someone. He is actually the prince of Conria, the city that was destroyed 500 years ago. He has an eye patch.
How the hell is he still alive?
I honestly have no idea. It might be that the royal family survived, and this is just, he's the prince of a dead kingdom essentially. But that might be what happened. Like he's the prince of a kingdom that died 500 years ago.
Wait, is that anywhere near the Russia place?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I was gonna say he's like a Romanov or something.
Yeah, he kind of does give off, because I will tell you about his dad later.
Okay.
But basically,
he's got daddy issues.
oh, for sure.
Oh god.
Because his dad is definitely still alive.
Oh, that makes it so much worse.
But yeah, he actually made a joke at one point, or he was like, oh yeah, no, my family was pirates, and that's where I inherited my eye patch from. And he very likely inherited the eye patch, but
I think he's lying though.
Yeah, no,
But
he was
at
lying
the
about the
same
pirate
time-
stuff.
At the same time, he does look like a pirate. So
Yeah, he's the kind of guy who will give you half truths. He'll give you a lot of half truths and stuff. Like, I think that he actually has an eye under there, that it's a golden eye, because he is a prince, and it is the sign of royalty to have a golden eye. So I think he has a golden eye.
yeah,
Like if you remember,
protective of himself, though.
if you remember Candace from earlier, she has a golden eye. But yeah.
Demonic supervillain and another fake character. He is the supervillain.
I could see
He
this
is
as
a
a fake
villain. He
character.
looks like Megamind, bro.
Megamind.
He's just Megamind.
Megamind.
He's Megamind. For that he gets a 14 out of 10.
Yes.
That's how.
Megamind has drip.
Let me see. Does he have a cocky smile on, or is he?
He has a like a mask on half of his face.
I think he's another one who's not human or partially not human, and he's disguising himself. I
Like
think he's
Megamind.
Bro, he's just Megamind. He doesn't worship Megamind. It's horrible. Oh. You see, we're a bad superhero because you don't have style. But
Presentation.
that's it.
I love Megamind.
Let's see. Yeah, he's definitely either like disguising himself, or he's got something in him that's disguising himself. I think he's like another one of those dudes who's secretly a dragon or a spirit. I think he's actually void and doesn't have a form technically. I don't know his personality. I don't think he has much of a personality, but he's still interesting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Very spectral. Not even like cloistered and reserved. He's very spectral. It's more of a mystery than like a person being. It's like more of a mystery. It's more of a thing than a person.
I will tell you, he is very likely to be the last. He has been confirmed to be the last playable character. He will be a playable character when Genshin Impact will no longer be receiving updates.
Ooh.
Like, he has shown up in the show in the game, but he will not be a playable character until the game is about to end.
Which probably won't be for a long time.
Yeah.
I think he's entropy, isn't he?
Ooh.
He's a black hole. Yeah. That's all I think of him. Is probably like Thanatos or something. Yeah. That's it.
All right, let's see. For me, he looks like the fan child of like Yuri on Ice vibes, with like Duck with like a Kingdom Hearts villain.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He looks like something that came out of Yuri on Ice, but his outfit is like.
He's a Yuri on Ice character that's like a Heartless or something.
Yeah, like exactly. Like he has a very like dark like like a villain. Like, but it's not like that you take seriously. Something with flair. That's why I'm thinking Kingdom Hearts.
Again, Megamind.
Wait, I'm
Megamind.
thinking it's a dead star actually,
Ooh.
or like a black hole.
But yes, this is Dainsleif.
Bro.
He has a cool ass name. But he is actually the captain of the Royal Guard of Conria, who watched it fall 500 years ago and was cursed by the Abyss to be an immortal, while all of the other guards of Conria lost their minds and became corrupted abyss monsters. The star design on his coat is actually the colors of the abyss. Like, that's what the abyss looks like.
Oh, I think. Sorry, what? Are you gonna say something? Because like I have thoughts on this guy. I have a sort of theory from someone who doesn't play. I think he's a commander of the army, and he was purposely chosen to guard the place and keep it away from looters and keep it sort of, because it's the void, it's entropy. He wants to keep it stasis, and like it's probably the other ladies like the lady who's like the like tyrannical lady who's like, I want to keep everything in stasis. She's probably gonna try and like recruit him, and who knows what's gonna happen after that.
Oh, see, that's the thing though. Conria is against the gods because the gods are the reason why Conria fell.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. She's gonna be like, hey, I know you hate the gods, but no, we do not care. Like, that's what I think's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, he's actually, I think that he's actually there to keep an eye on Kaeya, because Kaeya is the prince and he's the captain of the Royal Guard, and he's constantly trying to like figure out exactly what's going on with the Fatui and what exactly is going on there.
Yeah.
He's very mysterious. Like, I actually thought he was going to be a villain for a while during his arc, but then it turned out it wasn't him. So he's very mysterious. We don't actually know all of his motivations and stuff. But he is very cryptic, and he's a very like stoic and fundamentally at his core kind of a sad character. Like, you get to understand that he not only knows that like all of his people are like, his people are worse than dead. They were cursed by the abyss. Like, anyone who wasn't killed in the war was transformed into a monster. And he's the only one that has retained his sanity. And so because of that, like, because the gods basically punished Conria. Like, all the people of Conria, the gods punished them.
Yeah.
And so there's a resentment that his people still hold. Like, those who weren't in the city, they were the ones that, were able to kind of like escape the curse, or people that were just not from the city. Like, and so there's like a resentment still there towards the gods for the curse. And like, yeah, like the Archons are not good people. They're not good people. A lot of them are very incompetent. And so it's like, you can kind of understand even if you don't agree with what the villains are doing. Now we've gone from playable characters to NPCs.
Ooh.
This is the guy's dad, isn't it?
Yes. This is...
I knew it.
This is the... Okay. It's not canonized yet that this is his dad, but like...
Everyone knows it.
He's got a blue streak in his hair. This man has a blue streak in his hair. He's got the half mask. He's got the half mask. He's got the eye patch. Like,
okay.
This is Kaeya's dad. 100%.
Okay, I know his exact story. Stoic. He is the stereotype of the asshole stoic dad who's like, you think that you matter to me? This world much better. You are nothing but an antagonist to all people. And like, he's immortal. He made a deal with a demon. That's why his face is so fucked up, like the Batman looking thing. He made a deal with a demon to have long life because he had plans, he had ambitions. He's an ambitious guy. but he isolates himself because he understands he's gonna hurt people. He wants to gain power for his nation, like no matter what the cost, because the ends justify the means. And he keeps his son at a distance, one, because he doesn't care about him, and two, because, like, he doesn't want him used as a weakness. I think he's, like, fucking 500, 600 years old, and his name would be, like, Connery first came to mind, I don't know what.
Sean Connery.
Probably, like, Corinthus or something like that, Corinthians.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's about it. He probably is super fucking powerful, but he never shows it. He never displays it. Like, I mean, I'm talking about, like, he can make ice kingdoms and shit. Like, that's it. Like, with his powers. He's so fucking powerful. And that's about it. That's all I got for you.
To me, he like screams anime antagonist, like the big boss that you fight at the end, but like most of the series he's just like, you know, just standing there like all menacing and like you know, demoting and like, you know, just saying demeaning things about his underlings, like, you know, just saying you have failed me, and like, you know, I don't actually have any like a real power until like, you know, I actually need to fuck up the protagonist. But it'll be like waves, like, you know, a glowing hand, and then like his underlings will like immediately respect him and apologize for failing.
Yeah.
And like one snap of his fingers, you're dead.
Oh yeah. No, going off of that, I think that he's not one of those guys who's like, whoa, thanks for helping me, random henchman, your use has ended, and kill. I think he would do that, but it's because they were like threats to his power and he's like paranoid. Like, you know, it's like the guards start surrounding him, it's like, what? I've always been loyal to you. He's like, yes. But you've become too powerful. We can't have you jeopardizing the mission. And yeah, that's all I had to say about that one.
Yes.
We're we're being very, very referential here.
Yeah.
Like, throughout this whole thing. So I'd say, Lord Genome, Gendo.
I was gonna say Lord Genome.
Fire Lord. Yeah, that kind of vibe.
Yeah. We don't actually know his name, but we know his alias, which is Piero. So he's one of the Fatui Harbingers. He's the leader of them, who actually brought the group together to steal power from the gods as revenge for what they did to his kingdom and his people.
Yeah.
He is very stoic and very like ends justify the means. Literally you meet him at a funeral for one of the Harbingers, because basically one of the Harbingers gets killed, and this is basically like, yes, you may not be able to see the beautiful future we're all trying to build, but your sacrifice was worth it.
Yeah.
And I think the vibe that I get with him and his son is he basically said, hey, son, I want to protect you, and I'm going to do something very dangerous, and I don't want you to be in the way, and I don't want you to get hurt. So I'm going to give you to this good family, and then I'll be able to focus on getting back at the gods for doing what they did to our people.
I think he would do that, like, without words, though, like what I said, kind of, because it's the same exact thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad as hell. Like, he doesn't want to do it, but he has to.
Yeah, basically.
He doesn't want him to be a weakness. Or be in danger because of him. Let me think. If he was an more evil bastard, he might have even used his son as, like, training, and he's like, revenge. I'm using you for revenge, or, like, just indoctrinates him.
See, there is actually, like, people that theorize that I think Kaya was actually sent to spy on Mondstadt as well. So there's people that theorize that he's actually that Kaya is actually one of the Harbingers. But we don't actually know.
And it's like, because yellow is the opposite of yellow's the opposite of blue, or rather purple. But he probably the guy probably has like a really fucked up blue eye under there, purple eye. So yeah.
Whoa.
That guy's a king. That guy's a king, bro. Oh my god. He's old as shit. He looks like, oh my god, he looks fucked up. He is he doesn't have. He's a man of few words. Doesn't really have a personality, but it's sort of like intentional. He's like, fuck it. I reject my humanity. And you don't really know him. He's scary as hell. He's like a knight, and he's the kind who like brutally kill you, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, the Fatui
Yes.
Harbingers, we don't know too much about some of them. What would you name him?
Probably after I see the cross on his forehead. So probably like, I don't know, some really serious name like Parzival or like Brutus Alexander. I don't know,
Brutus.
something like
That's
that.
dope.
Let's see. For me, like it's just that like in like the glimmer on his mask. Is that like his face, or is that just like like just
We don't
like,
know.
ooh.
He might be a golem.
Yeah, like right there and right there. Like I can't tell if that's like in like part of his face or if that's like like if he has like demon teeth or that something like that.
Oh yeah.
It could be part demon.
Yeah, there's so many theories about this guy, so many different headcanons, and it's like some people think that he's Kaya, some people think that he's an actual like demon with a screwed up face.
It's a gaping maw.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like maybe like a skeleton
a face.
face underneath that. Like if it's not like what I'm thinking, or if not, then it's just like like the mask is just like completely covering his face, and he's probably like all super scarred and old and stuff.
Yeah.
Or he's just a demon. Like
Yeah, that's
I
like
think you take off his mask and nothing's there.
ooh, just darkness.
Yeah.
but yeah, this is Capitano.
Capitano?
Yes, the captain.
Ooh.
We don't know too much about him, other than the fact that he is definitely a man of few words. He is a man who seems very efficient and who is a definite threat to Mondstadt. Like, there is a guy in Mondstadt that's constantly fighting against him, that we also don't see, but they're kind of like big enemies. And yeah, no, he's really cool. There's actually a character in Honkai Star Rail that gives off very similar vibes to this character, who is cool. But yeah, no, Capitano's a big fan favorite. All the Fatui
I
are.
got an idea. Right?
What?
I know, is there like a Spanish place? Because like Capitano is Spanish. Capitano.
Oh, see, the names are actually based off of a specific type of play. They're different roles, like Piero, Capitano, Tartaglia, Scaramouche. They're, I think it's an Italian plays, which is where their titles come from.
Well, I don't know the lore behind that Italian play, but I think he might be a possessed suit of armor. And he's like leader, he's the captain of an army of golems, pretty much. Living suits of armor.
I could
Like,
see
you know, in the
that.
castles?
That is
like,
basically what
they're
the
holding
Honkai.
swords.
That is basically kind of what's going on with the Honkai Star Rail character that has the
Yes.
same vibes as him. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So, he sees a friend, an ally, a useful man in the other dude. And
Yes.
although I don't think he might try to take him over, but only if it's like, I think he's gonna try and betray him. He's gonna raise the fucking golem army, and then, yeah. There we go. I hate him. I can tell. I can smell it off him. I know this trope. I've seen this trope so many times. I want him dead. I want him hanged. I want him burned at the stake. I can tell he's a fucking psychopath. It's just fucking Patrick Bateman personified. He looks like he called me like a ugly bitch and he wanted to play with my blood. That's the kind of vibe he gives off. I hate him. I hate him. That's it. He's a fucking sadistic asshole who has an annoying laugh, like like the fucking megalomaniac laugh. Yeah. I hate him. Yes, that's his whole thing. I hate him, and you're supposed to hate him too, because he's fucking evil and like he's horrible, and he's gonna like he's like he has no humanity. I'd say he rejects his humanity. He has no humanity. He's a fucking prick. Anyway, that's it. There we go.
Wow, this is like Alex's reaction to a different character that I think is kind of like him, which is really funny. This is like my friend's reaction to a different character.
I'm gonna kill him. You gonna get a gun? I want to shoot him. Okay.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I love it.
Oh man, like for this guy, like he just like screams unlikable character. Like,
You don't like it either?
no, I don't like his expression. Like it's saying that, like, you know, like I enjoy, like, you know, I'm seeing people in pain, but he's like all joyful and childlike about it.
like-
It's terrible. I don't like it.
He's gonna have, you know for a fact he's gonna be like, he's gonna have that eye zoom where he has little like lights in his eyes and he says something like fucking insane, and then you see the smile and it like plays a.
Oh no, man. See, I love how you guys are going off on him when I know that can't be true because that's a different Harbinger. There is literally another Harbinger with this exact personality.
I'm gonna kill him.
But yes, this is Pantalones. He's a banker. He's the leader of the Shejnayan banking
Ew.
industry. Yeah, so he's definitely like corrupt, but he's also a rags to riches type character. So like you were talking about before of like the brutally like kind of like efficient rags to riches type. Like that's kind of what he is.
Oh, okay.
He definitely gives me the vibe of somebody that will stab you, but that's because that's kind of like what he's learned, but he's like decided to make himself a man of wealth. So he's like a man of wealth who will be able to fight you in a 1v1.
Okay, in that case, he seems like the kind of guy who'd, like, get the fucking crazy face when he fights you. He's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Like, bro, go insane.
We don't know too much about him. He literally has just shown up like once.
Shattered.
But
It's gonna be awesome.
listen, I like him. I like him, but you also have not played Dungeons and Dragons with me and seen the listen, what everyone agrees that my character is the one, like if they met my character in real life, they'd run in the opposite direction. And I understand that. I understand that sometimes we can enjoy a character that has gone from rags to riches and still could stab you. But yes, that is what I see. This man is definitely not a good person. And I can understand not liking this kind of trope. I personally, because he's also not the kind.
Okay.
I don't think he's the kind that'll laugh with killing you. But that's a later character.
Whoa.
She kind of bad though. I think she's also the one with the nice soulless eyes, but it's more like she'll kill you. She'll just fucking kill you, bro. She doesn't fuck around. She doesn't fuck around. She like hides her personality, and she wants to keep shit together. She keeps shit going. She has a cult of girls that she cares for, but at the same time, she cares for them a lot, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, she's very unforgiving. If one of them makes a mistake, they start sweating like crazy. I think she's the mage. Is she with the Harbingers?
Yes.
Because of her face. She is the mage. She is. It's the mage army, like the Fates, kind of.
She's called the Crimson Witch of Flames.
I knew it. But so I guess they all have their own powers. Like, that one's a fucking pyro. The one behind her is probably electric. Like crystalline, kinda. I think. Are those corrupted? Like,
they're abyssal mages.
they're abyssal mages. Yeah. So okay.
Yes, this is La Signora. Yeah. You as well. What are your opinions?
Yeah,
Beyond she's hot.
Yeah, like, she's definitely hot. She'll be, like, just staring down, like, at her, like, underlings as, like, fight. Like, she probably wouldn't even lift a finger because that would, like, ruin her manicure. But, like, if she would, like, she has to fight, she'll, like, use, like, very minimal effort because that is just how powerful she is. But if you do get her angry, she'll be, like, give you, like, a yandere look and, like, and just stab you in cold blood. It's just like, to be staring at, like, it's like she just gives off like that vibe with her pose, like saying, bitch.
Yeah.
Yes, this is La Signora. of the Harbingers. She's the Crimson Witch of Flames, but when she battles, most of the time, she actually uses a cryo delusion. So she's actually using ice magic because it's weaker, and she doesn't want to use her full strength.
Ooh.
Yeah. So she literally beats up Venti. Like, she just beats the shit out of him and takes his godly power. She is the Nami Mommy for people that just want the girls to kill them. Like, you know, not just because she literally does kicks Venti and steps on him and then takes his.
She'd be like, she's squint at him with a scowling face. She'd be like, pathetic.
Yeah, basically, she's the pathetic kind, and it's because she actually has a tragic backstory where she was once in love with this man, but ended up having to kill him. And so she's like, her heart's kind of frozen. But she also has this form when you fight her. She's a boss, and she has first the ice and then the fire form. So this is her second form, her full Crimson Witch of Flames.
Cool.
Dude,
So it's like a moth.
Yeah, I'd say like a moth
with
mixed
a
with
flame.
Yeah, like the little moth butterfly things are like kind of her aesthetic. And if you want to see her as a playable character, I am so sorry, because
God damn.
people want her as a playable character so badly, but she's the character that dies.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kill her.
No. With the vibe she's probably like, damn, maybe I was like wrong. Damn, that sucks. And then like a fucking butterfly would fly on her hand, you know, like flitter down, and you know, you're supposed to cry and like salute like you're in Metal Gear.
Oh no, when she dies, she says, "I never asked for your forgiveness."
Hey!
Whoa.
Hey,
She
that's
believes
my
she
girl.
was doing the right thing to the very end.
Queen. I hate him. That's the evil one. I'm not. I'm gonna orbital strike him from space. I hate his ass, bro. I think he was the rightful king, and he's salty about it. And then King sent him away because it's like, damn, you know what? You're a good strategist, but you're too much of a psychopath for me. And he's salty about it, so he's like, I want ultimate power. I want invincibility. Death is the end, but death makes us human. I don't want to be human. Something like that. Something edgy. I think he's like, oh, he's the second son of like the king. 'Cause of
Okay, I see.
the younger brother.
Honestly, they look super feminine to me, so I'm just gonna use, like, until, like, you know, someone actually, like, you know, confirms, like, you know, their pronouns, I'm like, call them they for the time being. Yeah, because, like, just very feminine features and very feminine, like, eyes, but, like, you know, they're also, like, their body type, like, gives off, like, you know, something, like, a little bit masculine, just a little bit, so I'm just gonna say they. But yeah, like, okay, what the heck is this Cruella de Vil? Like, shit. But yeah, like, it just seems like I'm someone that could just, like, smooth talk you to death. That's kind of like how but not, like, in a super annoying way, but just, like, in, like, a way that just, like, a very sultry whisper that could just, like, very slowly kill you, like, poison.
I think he'd fucking like murder you and just be begging to die. Just looks at you with that fucking like anime stare, you know, the one. You know, zoom up on the eyes, you know, funny little zoom up. That's it. That's it.
I'll do that in
that's
post.
the psychopath I was talking about, bro.
Yes, this is Arlecchino, and she, her, is very, like, blunt and straightforward. She seems to care a lot about those people that have died in battle, and looks down on people that make fun of those that died in battle. Basically, like, saying, like, why would you shouldn't say things like that if you weren't there, you know, if you weren't fighting alongside them, you coward. That's kind of her vibe.
Her
Yeah, and
queen.
and like because of some of the stuff with that Italian kind of like play lore, Arlecchino is always the lover of, oh man, we're trying to remember the top name off the top of my head, but a different character, who is,
Oh, that's
I did not actually include it.
Well, I said my piece.
Yeah, just everything you said before for Arlecchino and Pantalones just here. Yeah.
He tests out his experiments on you. Oh, he's
Yes. Any more opinions on this guy?
No, I hate him.
I'm glad he's blind.
Man. Yeah, this is Dottore, the doctor. He is a crazy doctor.
Yeah.
He's, you know how I was talking about how Cole was sent away because of her disease to an experimental medical facility
Oh no.
to help her with the disease?
No.
Well, this is the reason why she was traumatized, because this was the man who was trying to experiment on her and was utilizing curing her disease as a justification for all the inhumane experiments. So yeah, he's definitely like just fucking crazy, and he's not my favorite for sure. But yeah, crazy doctor.
I like the lab rat backstory though.
Well, that's not even his backstory.
No, I'm saying for her.
For Kale. Yeah, no, I love Kale. Like, she's so sweet. And, like, legitimately, you care a lot about her when you just kind of go through a story and you're like, oh my gosh, poor girl.
Whoa.
Those are the gods, aren't they?
No, these are just random men. I've now gotten to the point where we just have enemies.
Okay, I like them. Looks like halos. They're elementals. Probably some kind of djinn. Actually, no, I changed my mind. They're probably golems.
Ooh.
And they're powered by those little gems. And each one's a corresponding thingy. And you probably you probably get different ingredients from this.
Yes, yeah, they have different elements and different drops depending on the element that they are.
Okay, for me, like, first thing that comes to my mind, on the right, Koraidon, the left, Miraidon from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh,
Like, literally, they're vibes. Like, one's red, one's purple. Like, you know, one looks like, you know, like, really tattered and old. The other one looks really, like, futuristic and stuff. Like, just, like, come on. Like, people, come on, work with me. That's exactly how it is.
I see. Yeah, these are just abyss casters, essentially. They're monsters spawned by the abyss, and they're armies of the abyss.
So, are they sentient?
Yes, they're sentient. They always go off about the abyss and stuff. Listen, and I love this meme because someone commented, wow, if you like put the Electro Abyss Lecter and the Pyro Abyss Lecter next to each other, it's kind of like the Virgin and Chad
Oh yeah,
meme.
the heads are exactly the same. I hate this. I love like dorky wizards though. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Evil wizards, like,
Yeah, the best part is these ones are actually hard to fight. These ones are really easy to fight. Like, I prefer fighting these, but every time I see one of these, I'm like, oh man, they're cool, because there's this one that has like a really cool, like, he looks like a human for a while, and then he reveals that he's actually not human, and that he's just an abyss monster, and it's actually pretty cool. But these things also suck to fight. I do not like fighting them. But yeah. And then there's this guy.
What the shit?
You know how they each have one element? Well, this guy said, nah, I want all the elements.
He is amazing. He looks like a flower. I like him. But I don't like the gems. He looks like he's trying to like get me to take the red pill or the blue pill.
What about the purple pill?
The purple pill? Yeah. Fucking want the purple pill. It's amazing. Give me the purple pill.
Purple pill.
So I can see everything and regret everything. I just become Dr. Manhattan if I take the purple pill.
Yeah, basically.
See the end of the universe and I become depressed because I know everything. Like, yeah. I have nothing to say about him. I like the flower
Attracted
design.
you again.
I do like it. I really like it. Does he have like, hold on, let me, shit. Does he have like a fucking like eye in the middle? Like a singular eye.
That's not a singular eye, but that's actually just part of his armor.
That's very cool. I like it.
I don't think it's tracking me anymore.
I think it's tracking me.
It's tracking you. Wait, we got the tracking back. Oh, no. Wait, there we go. Okay.
Does your VTuber look so depressed?
Because I'm depressed.
Aww.
Okay, this guy looks like that he has like one of those like Halo like blades, like you know, from the game, like that's his head. And it looks like that he has like from like Smash, like you know, Brothers, or like you know, Ultimate Smash, like the crazy hand thing. Or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Like if like you know, if those things, like if those two like you know entities like you know ever like are crossed with like a Halo blade for a head, that's it.
Yeah, this guy's like a new boss that recently dropped, and I need to farm him for one of the characters that I got, so I've been fighting him a lot. I've been seeing him a lot.
His vibe also reminds me of the Shadow Behemoth from Guild Wars 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the purple does. Like, I call me like, you know, like very simplistic, but that's what it reminds me of.
No, it's a cool vibe.
Okay,
Here's some more guys.
That more.
Yes.
Bro, I like them. I like them. It's like they want to be every Batman villain at once. Shit, okay. I like the guy with the sniper rifle. Very cool. I don't really like steampunk that much, so the other guys just yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, these are just some of the Fatui just regular mooks.
I feel like they're gonna throw cryo grenades at you. Look at that. I want to play as one of those guys because I would just cryo people and be the character that everyone hates.
Oh yeah, no, fighting the cryo guy, it really sucks when he's paired up with the hydro version, like the two guys. Like if you fight two of them together, you will be frozen forever. It sucks.
Oh my god.
It's no fun. Because the ones that do hydro, they also heal. So you could be like, oh man, I'm gonna fight the... Oh, hi cat.
Hi.
You'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna fight the cryo one so he'll stop freezing me. And then it's like, oh, but no, the hydro one heals him. And then you're like, oh, well, I'll fight the hydro one so he'll stop healing the cryo one. And then it's like, no, but the cryo one just freezes you.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mr. Punchman with the Fortnite hammer.
These guys are also super tall in game. They're
That's
super
cool.
tall.
Why are all the characters so like thin and lanky and I can't play one of these guys?
Yeah, that's literally what all the Genshin Impact like players are like. Why do you have these models for NPCs and enemies and not like, you know, the main characters?
Yeah, I want to play both of those characters. That's all I have to say about that.
More Fatui. They're more Fatui. And then here's more Fatui.
I love it. Oh my god, look at that. I love it. Look at that little crown thing.
They're beautiful.
She looks like some kind of mermaid.
They're called. She's one of the mirror mages.
Oh. Love her.
Yeah, she teleports around when you fight her, and she also traps you.
Clones.
Yeah.
One clones.
Well, she doesn't have clones. She doesn't have clones, thank goodness.
Oh, okay.
But she does trap you. Like, she'll trap you and then she'll do attacks, and if she's paired up with other enemies, the other enemies will be able to hit you a lot easier. So they're a bit annoying unless you're playing
a shield maid. Not
Yeah.
good.
But if you're playing an archer, it's just like, oh no, I can't move. Oh no.
That's crazy. Like, look. Cat loves you.
Yay. Ooh.
I like it.
More of the
classic samurai. I hope that guy throws his hat at you. Like, I'm not even joking.
No, he doesn't, sadly.
Does
Just
he use
uses
it
the
as, like, a
sword.
shield?
No, he doesn't. It's just a regular hat.
Why do you have the hat if you're not even gonna use it?
Honestly, I
It's like a shield. Wearing a shield.
using Scaramouche's hat as a shield would have been like a great idea, like Captain America throwing it out.
Just
Yeah, basically.
Hey, sweetie.
Yeah, that
Sweet
totally
heart.
reminds me of, oh man.
Sweet
Like
heart.
the aesthetic, like, you know, the sword and stuff reminds me of Genji from Overwatch. But like that's about it. Like other than that, I love the like you know, Japanese like samurai like you know vibes that they're putting off the design. But yeah, just I know there's like much more better terminology, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, these are just corrupted demonic samurai.
Cool.
Wow. I
Ooh.
like the wings.
And here we have some Zelda characters.
Yeah, I was about to say, this looks straight down Legend of Zelda, and I never even played that.
Okay. I like the bow. I do like the bow. I usually don't like tech, but it's pretty cool.
Like, seriously, those wings, seriously, that's like something that, like, they straight out of Legend of Zelda.
I love the archer. I love her outfit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, these are some of the Sumeru just regular mobs
So why
and
can't they play the
elite
guy on the
mobs. Yeah, honestly, again, it's like everyone in Genshin is like, what? They're here. Why can't we beat them? But yeah. Now that's the end of the Genshin Impact characters. Now we're on to Honkai Star Rail characters.